Now beginning for the affirmative side for 4 minutes on the affirmative constructive will be freshman Evan Hebert from the debate team.
We, the affirmative, believe that water should be national property. We are the olive tree and believe that water that has always been ours should be ours to control. The affirmative sees water as a privilege, because if we see water as a right, it can lead us to see anything that is deemed necessary as a right. Eventually, this kind of thinking can give justification to the United States or any other country taking other commodities, like oil, from another nation.
We will now turn to our global commons side. The first constructive will be done by Junior Brian Cozier from the MUN team.
We need to realize that water is the essential element of human life. Imagine having to walk several hours each day just to fetch your water, and then not being certain that it's even clean and safe to drink and used for bathing and washing. We might not think this is a big problem here in the United States, but for many people around the globe, it is a daily reality. Women in Africa have to walk during the dry season, on average, 10 miles each day to get some of their water. Without water, life ceases to exist. Catastrophic human injustices that result from a lack of water. For example, internal instability caused by water scarcity. Obviously, there's a big problem with world hunger as well, and the root of crop failure is lack of clean water. Unclean water, additionally, carries many, many, many diseases that kill 3 to 4 million people in Africa each year.
We will now continue with our second affirmative argument by senior Evan Curry from the debate team.
The negatives arguments are like the frog in a pot of cold water. Before the frog knows it, the water will boil, and the frog, in this case the environment, will suffer and lead us to loss in biodiversity. The negative said that water should be a right to all people. It is this idea that will create the ecological damages. If large bodies of water are drained, such as the Great Lakes, it will hurt us ecologically and economically. Rivers would run dry. Droughts would occur. Michigan itself could turn into a desert.
Second negative from the global commons side by Junior Alex Tolksdorf from the debate team.
The affirmative claims that we're going to destroy the environment by our global water policies, but it is actually the affirmative that will cause the ecosystem to collapse and destroy all life on the planet by their reckless handling of water resources and their inability to recognize water as an essential human right that causes all this to occur, that it will cause famine and malnutrition for millions of children. It will cause the deaths of millions of people due to waterborne diseases and HIV/AIDS. Economic constraint in countries which will lead to failed states. These failed states welcome terrorist cells into their nations.
We return to our affirmative side for their second rebuttal speech given by freshman Evan Hebert.
What you have to see is that water nationalization works in about 2/3 of the world. But nationalization doesn't mean we hoard our water and we clutch onto it and not let anyone have any water. It's just saying that we need to have the right to make our own policies for our water and to do what our countries need to do for their water.
We now turn to the second negative rebuttal argument from Junior Brian Cozier.
But an international body would have the interests of a wider global community at heart. And their slippery slope argument really doesn't make much sense at all. If we can make water a commodity, should we make oxygen a commodity as well? Should we have everyone put a nickel in a machine every time they want to take a breath of fresh air? And the affirmative doesn't really care about the actual people. They just see them as figures, and they see them as people who they can exploit to make a pretty penny.
We turn finally to our affirmative side, to senior Evan Curry, who will do the final.
In summary, for freshwater, privatization and nationalization would be the best policy to go, at the risk of the environmental damage with distribution, from the inaccurate perceptions about how the economic problems of these countries in actual lives should have an international privatized system for water.
We will now turn to the final focus from Junior Alex Tolksdorf.
We recognize that water is nationally owned. Our global water supply could be satisfied with the oceans. A solution could be reached there, and we could avoid environmental destruction, the suffering, the death, with international water supply while maintaining national and private control. The oceans are the answer. The benefits of a global supply would be maintained, and we could collaborate, both the Lexus and the Olive Tree, to form the OASIS, the Oceanic Alliance for solving issues of sustainability.
All right, now we wanted to give our distinguished guests a chance to address the audience.
Thank you very, very much, and I think we've been given a demonstration today as to how debates should happen, how they should work. To Ben Evans twice, two Evans we got here today. Also to Brian and Alex, I thought you did a tremendous job, I really do. Maybe we could borrow you for a couple of days out in Washington. Some of our debates don't go off very well, so maybe if we had you out there, that would help out a whole lot. I think Brother Rice should be very proud.
I think we wanted to thank Congressman Nolenberg for being here with us this afternoon. We really appreciate his attendance at this event. I know that you had to take off, but we really appreciate it. Thank you very much.